Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the backstory. If you're new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified whenever we post a new video. Now, ladies and gentlemen, report reaching us right now is that former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, together with his wife, are set to travel to Bondo to go and pay his last respects and to condole with the family. Yeah, reports reaching us from very reliable sources is that in the course of the week, former Deputy President will travel to Bondo together with his wife and a few leaders to go and condole with the family. This is after the former Deputy President failed to pay his last respect to the former Prime Minister at Parliament, Nyayo, and then during burial. And there have been speculations as to why the former Deputy President had not gone to Nyayo, to Parliament, and even to Bondo to pay his last respects. Okay, people have different reasons which could be genuine. And now that the family, through the family spokesman, that is Raila Odinga Jr., stated yesterday that they do welcome everyone to their family to go and condole with them.
As we mourn here, we welcome everybody, the entirety of Kenya. You are welcome to GACHAGUA'S. We do not stop anyone from coming to pay their last respects in this home. GACHAGUA'S, and correct me if I'm wrong, is the only place in Kenya where you have two.
Now, as you already know, there are some members of parliament from ODM who had gone publicly and said that they were not going to allow the deputy president to go to Bondo, which was causing a lot of rift here and there because, people have different issues as to why maybe they had not gone to Bondo on the burial day. Because even as you've been watching on social media, he's not the only one. There's so many other people who had not gone and went way after the burial to condole with the family, and they've been received well. Now, like yesterday, the Council of Governors traveled to Bondo to pay their last respect to the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. And unfortunately, one missing person out of all those governors was Mutahi Kahiga.
As representatives of the Council of Governors, you can see a number of governors there. Governor of Kericho, Governor of Kisumu, Professor Anyang, our whip, Governor of Tharaka Nithi, Governor Muthomi. We're here on behalf of the Council of Governors to condole once again with the family, and we've been received by Mama Aida, Dr. Aida here. As I've said before, Baba was devolution, and devolution indeed is and was Baba. The dismantling of a very powerful centralized system where resources were at the center and were only given out through political tokenism is what Baba fought. As part of the democratizing process of Kenya, in many ways, he was actually ahead of his time, in many ways. Why do I say this? Because when he picked up that fight, even those that are oppressed did not initially believe the fight was worth it or it was possible. But Kenya has changed irreversibly because of him.
Yeah, now it's so ironical that the guy who created a lot of uproar on social media through his utterances still missed to go to Bondo to pay his last respect, which means whatever he said on that day was kind of an intentional move to cause a rift between the Luos and the people from Central. But unfortunately, it has not picked traction as they wanted. Because one thing that I now like with Kenyans is that Kenyans are very informed. They're able to sieve and synthesize information in a way that they're able to tell when they are being led astray or swayed to serve a specific agenda, which for this one has not worked for the political class or whoever engineered that information. Because if or when Rigathi Gachagua manages to go to Bondo, Rigathi and his team will have extended an olive branch to the family, because I know so many people have been talking about the utterances that he made during campaigns, but we need to understand that politicians use very, very negative statements on each other during campaigns. The same happened between former President Uhuru Kenyatta and the late former Prime Minister Raila Odinga during the 2022 general election. But that did not deter them from working together even after former President Uhuru Kenyatta won that election. The same, remember, Uhuru Kenyatta used to call Raila Mganga. Raila used to call Uhuru, they used to use very, very nasty words on each other. Then, when we came to 2022, that is the last general election that President William Ruto won, you remember how the elections were, or the campaigns were very heated. All these people, you could not imagine that they could still come back and work together, but they did. So I believe that if Rigathi Gachagua manages to go to Bondo and they are able to iron out those issues, he'll be able to explain himself, because, yeah, he made these statements during campaigns, and during campaigns, emotions are very charged. And just as he has explained, he did not know that it would get to where we are right now. So, and that does not deter the two camps from working together, because just as Mama Ida said, for her and her family, she did not want to inherit the enemies, in quotes, of the political enemies, in quotes, of her husband. What she wants to do is to reach out to as many people as possible so that she makes friends. And this will not stop the two factions from working together, because the most important thing here is the interest. So if they have a common interest, then that is what they can pursue together, so that at the end of it, they achieve it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll keep monitoring what's going on in the political scenes, and we'll keep you guys updated on the latest development. But if you're new here and you like our content, we'll kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified whenever I post a new video. Until next time, bye-bye.